We'll explain the joints starting with the piston and will end with the valves. The engine block is fixed. The assembly piston plus piston rings is first connected to the engine block through a cylindrical joint, and then to the connecting rod through a revolute joint on the pin. The other end of the con rod is then connected to the crankshaft through a revolute joint on the journal. Another revolute joint models a connection between the crankshaft assembly and the fixed engine block. The timing train now. The small gear on the crankshaft belongs to the crankshaft assembly, which means that they move together. There is a gear constraint between the crankshaft assembly and the upper intermediate gear. This type of constraint or joint usually automatically creates two revolute joints, one between the crankshaft assembly and the engine block, and the other between the upper intermediate gear and the engine block. The motion is further transmitted to the camshaft gears through another gear joint, to the second intermediate gear, and through two other gear joints respectively to the timing gears. These are connected rigidly to the camshafts, which are thus forced to move together. The contact between the tappet and the cam is modeled with a point curve joint, which uses the profile of the cam and the center point of the tappet. To ensure that the tappet follows the cam profile inside its hole in the engine head, a prismatic joint was added between the tappet and the engine head. The valve is rigidly connected to the tappet. Finally, because of the motion applied, the resulting mechanism has 0 degrees of freedom. Thank you for watching.